Hello everyone, welcome to Freedom Vlogs. How are you all? Today, I'm in front of you to talk about coronavirus, which is something trending right now. I'm sure that you would have heard a lot. You would have experienced that. So I'm not a doctor, I'm not a medical expert, but as a common man, I did my research. I did going through online, learn from trusted sources like World Health Organization, WHO, or UNICEF. I've gone through that, identified few information, and because I've seen there are a lot of information, fake information going through social media like WhatsApp group trolls, but we want to make sure that the right information gets from the right source. Okay, so I thought to share some of those with you guys, and I will make sure that I share you the links where I've learned this so that you guys can go through that as well. Okay, well, coronaviruses is not something new. It is a large group of viruses. So what is novel coronavirus? So novel coronavirus is a new strain of coronaviruses. So the disease caused by the novel coronaviruses was first identified in Wuhan in China 2019 December, just like 4 months before. So what is COVID-19, or why COVID-19? So Co means corona, V means virus, and D disease. So coronavirus disease, COVID, and happened in 2019, and that's why we called it named as COVID-19. World Health Organization yesterday just declared coronavirus as pandemic. So what is pandemic? Well, calling pandemic by WHO doesn't mean any changes in the characteristics of the disease, but it simply means that this disease has been spread across vast geographic regions, meaning to entire different areas around the world. Okay, we have more than
125,000 infected.
Really, more than 4,800 deaths reported so far. So the vast spread of this across the regions, across the continents, is very fast. That's why this was called as pandemic. How does COVID-19 or coronavirus spread? The virus is spread through when there is a direct contact of respiratory droplets of the infected person, generally through sneezing or coughing, or when someone touches the surface which is contaminated with virus. So what are the symptoms of coronavirus? Symptoms can include fever, coughing, and shortness of breath. In severe cases, it can go up to pneumonia or breathing difficulties. But the good news is, so far, more than 50,000 people have recovered out of 100,000 plus infected person, which is a good news. So the mortality rate of this is pretty low in comparison to other severe diseases like Nipah, where it was more than like 30% in a comparison. So first of all, we have to be, stay calm and not to be in panic. I experienced this here in Hyderabad when originally when there was a news that a techie from Bangalore came to Hyderabad in a bus. He was reported to have infected with coronavirus and later turned to be negative. But the moment it was known here, and the next day, very immediately, it was all panic all over, and people were so cautious and confused, and there was no stock of mask, even the hand sanitizer. So first and foremost thing, we should not be in panic. We need to know how to face this. We need to know how we can be safe, how your family members can be safe. Okay, so how can I avoid the risk of infection? Now I'm going to talk to you about some of the precaution method. This you would have heard about it, but I would like to reiterate so that it is very clear for us. Okay, number one step: wash your hand frequently using soap and water. How? Wash your hands with running water. Make sure to include soap and enough soap, and make sure to wash the back of the hand as well, just like that. And at least you are doing it for 20 seconds. And after that, you can use tissue paper or wet towel to dry your hand. And if you're using a tissue paper, make sure to dispose that in a safe place. And always make sure to wash your hands, even before eating food, even after sneezing, or even if before going to toilet. Number two, when you are going to sneeze or cough, just make sure to use a tissue, or at least you have an elbow covered when you're doing that. And make sure to dispose any tissue you use in a right space. Should I wear a medical mask? It's a good question. Use of medical mask is always advised if you have respiratory symptoms like coughing or sneezing, so that to protect others when you sneeze. Avoid any contact with the people who has cold or any symptoms like flu-like symptoms. Or I would also suggest you, for at least for time being, you just need to stay away from big crowd, like maybe going to church, mosque, marriage, or any function. Try to put it away for now, because we don't want to have a mask. I think the best practice is stay at home. That is the best option at this point of time. If in any case you find that you are not well, your family members feel that there is a symptoms, you don't hesitate. Immediately you seek a medical care. You need to contact and inform that you have a symptom. Okay, and in case they might ask you to quarantine for 14 or 28 days depending. So we don't want to escape that. It's not a jail or anything. We want to make sure we get the proper treatment, so we have to go through that. All right, so please seek medical care if you have any symptoms of corona, what we have discussed. Well, I've been getting a lot of questions. Will it affect pregnant women? Will it be passed from a pregnant woman to the unborn baby? Will it affect children? Well, I'm not a doctor to answer. I have so many information. What I would suggest to you is go to the WHO website or UNICEF website. I'm going to put the links in my description. Please go through that. Make sure you understand. And like I said, if you're in doubt, if you're unsure, please make sure to contact and seek medical care. Okay. And just one more thing for those folks who are traveling. I mean, you first thing you need to check is with the travel advisory board if there is any restriction in the country where you'll be traveling, or is there do you need to quarantine. These are things what you need to be checking. All right, if it's required, you can always wear a mask as well while traveling, because you will be sitting with the close passengers. Okay, and again, don't forget, what you need to make sure is to make sure you have that personal hygiene, washing your hands, and all those things which we discussed. And especially don't forget, you have to teach your child as well. I mean, they would not be aware about these methods, and you have to, when you travel, you also have to make sure to teach them this is what you should do. Even if you're not traveling, if you're at home, you have to teach the personal hygiene things, which would save everyone in our family from these particular virus. So guys, I think these are very good instructions that we can follow together and just stay safe from this coronavirus. And I guess please help to share this to your friends, your family members, anyone, your colleagues, and which will be helpful for them. Okay, and make sure to go through the link which I've said, and make sure you're self-aware. Stay away from all those fake news which goes through all those social media platforms. Okay, and again, thank you very much for watching this. And as usual, please don't forget to subscribe. Okay, so thank you so much. Take care. Bye bye.